Alright, you're a smart fella. You read the title, you saw the thumbnail, you know why we're here. Today, I'm going to attempt to rank every single Hollow Knight and Hollow Knight Silksong Boss based on if I would date them, using these handy dandy tiers here. Ranging from restraining order, to absolutely not, to friends, to maybe dating them, to wanting to date them, to please date me, I beg of thee, please, my life is yours, just go out with me, please, I beg of thee. Now, obviously, spoiler alert for the entirety of Hollow Knight, as well as Hollow Knight Silksong Acts 1 through 3. And without further ado, sit back, relax, grab some drinks and snacks, grab Ralsei Delta Rune, and watch the chaos unfold. And of course, because it's obligatory, why don't you subscribe? It's free, and it would make me happy, and it would help me out a lot. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Now, Grozmother. I don't think I'd date Grozmother. That's pretty much a wild animal. How do I say this? The children would get very obnoxious. And at the same time, there's the infection to consider, which is always, I don't know whether to count that for the Hollow Knight bosses, but yeah, I suppose I shall mention it where applicable, though I doubt it will come up. Same thing with Vengefly King, except I want to be friends with Vengefly King due to his acts against a certain individual we shall encounter later. Brooding Molech. I don't think I'd date Brooding Molech, I get he's sad, he's lonely in that, but that booty, that anus, that is just, I don't know, I don't think I can live with that. False Knight. I'd maybe date False Knight, but, I mean, I don't think I can fully in confidence say that I would, kind of stole Hedgemol's armor. I don't know how you meant to say that. I don't know. I feel like he'd try and cave my skull in using Mace Bug. Mace Bug's a real W in the fight, but anyway. Okay, so Hornet. Yeah, that's date me, please, Hornet, I beg of thee. I don't even care if it's Sentinel Hornet or Protector Hornet. I want both of them at the same time. I'm a normal individual, I swear. I would be friends with Massive Mythical Cucumber. I'd give Mossy all the pets. I want to give every pet possible to Mossy. It's 5 little guys now. I don't know how that'd work. Massive Lost Charger might just, if I was trying to date them, it might just end up being some form of weird harem, but we're just gonna ignore that, and we're just gonna be friends, and I'm gonna give Mossy lots of pets. Would I date the Massive Sex Organ? Would I date Flukemon? I'm sure you can work out where this one's going. I'd give the Mantis Lords a shot. I mean, there's 3 of them, that might get confusing, but they're loyal. They can stand up for themselves, and I like that. I like that in a woman. My Globals? Absolutely not, because they'd both jump me because they are literally partners for life. A Hive Knight. I can respect the grind. They're literally born like the only flightless member of the Hive, and yet still clawed his way up to being the strongest one anyway. I can respect the hustle. Good job, Hive Knight. Now, Broken Vessel and Lost Kin. I'd be friends, even though they don't really possess the will to think properly, so to speak. I don't know if the Vessels are considered children or not. If they are, we're sending them straight to absolutely not, but otherwise I'd be friends with them. I'd be friends with them either way. Nosk and Winged Nosk, you can transform into your loved ones. That is a level of mental torment that, I don't think I could live with. And it'd be confusing because, if I love Nosk, who does Nosk transform into? I don't know, that's one you'll have to argue about in the comments, I suppose. The Collector, it'd be fun to collect bugs. If you collect, I'd give him a shot. I mean, I feel like, ignoring, the whole idea that, everything else in this universe is a bug. That might be confusing. I felt like he put me in a jar, which has some questionable legal implications. If my time on the internet has showed me anything, but you know what? I'd risk it. I'd give it a shot. So like the God Tamer. No, I think God Tamer is too dedicated to the Coliseum of Fools. And you know the Beast. Yeah, I don't know, something about that. I don't like the Beast. I think it's the Mouth. I'd give Crystal Guardian a shot. You know, he's dedicated to his work. So dedicated to crystals grow all over him. You know, he's got like crystals. I like, you know, cool shiny things. Rage Guardian, on the other hand, you know, he's angry. I'm not doing that. You know, he'd be like a drunk dad coming home, and you know, before he has a beard, he'd be really angry all the time. Umu, I don't even know if Umu's sentient or not, but either way, I have to use that. That is a circle. Not dating a circle. Trader Lord? I'd go maybe. You know, not quite the same level of loyalty and commitment as, you know, as his sisters. You know, he did like screw over his entire tribe just for the infection, but you know, I could maybe see it working. So, I mean, you were pathetic enough, and then you got killed by Vengefly King. So that's really not doing wonders for you, and you're not even real. I just like you by association. Soul Warrior, I'd give it a shot. Maybe. You know, I mean, no. I feel like it's kind of hard to ignore the stuff of Soul, but you know, speaking of ignoring stuff of Soul, not only did Soul Master commit what could probably be considered a war crime by some, with the amount of soul he harnessed, he tried to become immortal, which, if you know anything about anything, being immortal actually kind of sucks. That's a conversation for another time, though. Dung Defender. Now, would Dung Defender smell absolutely horrible? Absolutely. But if we can work past that, I feel like he'd be a really jolly fella. He'd be really fun to be around. He'd be incredibly loyal. And I can respect that. Watch the night. That is what we in the industry call an empty shell. I don't know how that would work. These things are reanimated by the infection. Without the infection, they can't really do much of anything. Now the next 7. Now these are all ghosts. So I'm gonna choose to ignore that, so I don't have to put them on absolutely not, because that would be boring. But feel free to go make your own tier list if you think that's an issue. No eyes, maybe. No. Depends on if I have to deal with the children ghost. I'm not fond of children, and I don't want to get too close in case she rips my eyes out when I get the common cold or something. Mamu, I'll be friends with Mamu. Mamu seems chill. Zero. I'd consider Zero. You know, Pale King might execute me, but what's he gonna do when I execute him with these hands? I'm funny, please laugh. Markov. Yeah, we already know where Markov's going. Say it with me. That's not a date, that's a restraining order. Yippee. Galleon? I'd give Galleon a shot, actually. You know, he really wanted to be a knight, and he was dedicated to it. And I can respect the grind. Honestly. Gorb's a maybe. Just because I wouldn't be able to understand him, but you know, if we can find some way to bridge the language barrier, I could see it working. Elder Who, I like to be friends with Elder Who, you know, he must have old wise guy. I'm not dating him, I'm not really into that, but I can respect it. Oro and Mato, that's the maybeest maybe that ever maybe. because I never remember which one gives you which. The one with dash slash, probably not. The one with cyclone slash though, I'd definitely go on the date. So I'm just gonna find the middle ground here, and I'm just going to say maybe. Paintmaster Shiro though, I'd date Paintmaster Shiro, you know. He didn't enjoy being a nail master and he found new ambitions, and honestly, I can respect that. Why though? Absolutely not. Couldn't tell you why, something about this guy gets on my nerves. The boss fight annoys me a lot more than it should. Not even a bad boss fight, but it just annoys me. The Hollow Knight. I have no idea how dating the Hollow Knight would work. But you know, if it can work, I'd like to try and make it work. I don't know how it would work, but I could give it a shot. Troop Master Grimm. Would probably be too invested in the ritual. But I wanted him to invest in my ritual. Same with Nightmare King Grimm, because he's just like all like red. Radiant. I suppose I'd give the Radiant a shot. But I would be very scared that if I rejected the Radiant, she'd give me the infection. I'd like that to not happen. Fun fact of the day. Now, we're finally on to Silksong. As usual, if you're still watching, be sure to drop a like and comment the word pine cones so I know that you watched this far. Moss Mother. This is the same logic as Raz Mother. So somehow, for some reason, I want to put Moss Mother in maybe. There's no reason for this. Don't ask me to explain, I couldn't. It's probably recency bias. Belt Beast. It's like this. It's basically just a dog. I'm not dating my dog, that's weird. He is bestest boy though, so girl, I don't know, I don't really care. As he's a child, I believe? I don't know. I mean, absolutely not. She's kind of annoying anyway. Fourth chorus wouldn't work. I'd like fourth chorus to work, but it wouldn't work. Savage Beast Fly and Chapel of the Beast? No, that is a wild animal. Skull Tyrant in the Marrow? No, that is a wild animal. Skull Tyrant in Bone Bottom? Killed Pilby, I hate you, go die. Morwing? No, that is a wild animal. Sister Splinter? Finally, someone with actual sentience here. Absolutely not. That is a stick. That argument doesn't actually work in hindsight. Widow. I'd give Widow. I'd maybe go with Widow. Kind of depends on how much of an issue having a mask forcibly removed would be. Moss Mothers, the double Moss Mother fight that you can do in Weaveness Atla. I mean, it's just the same thing, really, but you know, two of them, you know, it'd be like a pretty funny threesome. This one is Savage Beast Fly, though. The rematch you can do in Far Fields. Leave it in. No. Mostly because love is annoying. I don't know why I'm treating these guys like they're separate. I mean, they are separate, but you know what I mean. Elder Conch Flies, I think I got that name right. Same logic as Overlobbles. One of them would just jump me, if not both. Last Judge. I'd give Last Judge a shot. No, I'm not sinless, so Last Judge would kill me, but if they didn't kill me, I could see it working. Phantom? Give Phantom... I'd give Phantom a shot. No. I can see it working. Doomed Robot Yowie. I don't think it'd work, but you know, if I could try and wrangle them into a threesome... I mean, it's technically not a threesome because it's the same guy's soul split into two, but... Yeah. Depends if I could stop bowling my eyes out whilst talking to them. Garamond. Garamond and Zaza, sorry. I would... You know, I mean, Zaza probably not so much, but Garamond, you know... I like Garmin. He's a homie. He's one of the lads. Trebio. I date Trebio. That being said, the capacity for this to be really funny is making me want to put him in Date Me, Please. The Unraveled is a restraining order because that is believed the ghost or soul of a bunch of ghosts controlling a bunch of threads of silk. Brood Mother, I think her name was. You can tell I don't remember most of these names from memory. That is Fluke Mum if it was a fly, which is somehow maybe worse. No. And realistically animated booty cheeks can go there too. I did not do all that for a pickled maggot. Father of the Flame. I don't know how that would work. Because I don't think it's really alive. You know what? I don't really care. Poor brother Cygnus and Braun. Give it a try, I suppose. Raging Conchfly. No, the same logic as the other ones. Volt Verm. No. Roll of Great. You swim in maggots and you try to suck me to every... no. First Sinner. I like how First Sinner makes a pretty dress before fighting you. I can't remember if she does, but I don't think she does from memory. I can respect that, you know, she came prepared. If anything, I feel like she'd be asking me. No, she wouldn't. I'm copying. Second Sentinel, realistically, I don't think it'd really work. But, you know, I'd like to try and make it work. Same logic with Chakra. No, not actually same logic. I lied. You can tell this isn't scripted at all. But, you know what? I feel like we could make Chakra work. That is also a child. Yeah, Grandmother Silk. I mean, I don't really think I need to say anything else. Voided Moss Mother. No, that's not gonna work. Bell Eater, nope, you hurt Bell Beast, you are dead to me. Plasmified Zangra, have I said that right? I don't really care. You're going right down there. Crawfather? You know what, I'd give Crawfather a shot. I don't know why, but you know I would. Tormented Trobio is the same guy, except he's depressed, which, you know, he needs mental support. I will give him said mental support. Lost Garamond. Well, Lost Garamond. Well, no. Now I'm sad. We put him in absolutely not, that's just because I'm gonna get sad. Maybe for the Pinstress. I couldn't tell you why. Really, I'm running out of logic. Cross King Khan. I'd date Cross King Khan. Knowing the fact his name has a really nice ring to it, I could see it working. I'm running out of explanations for these. I'll try the edge. You know what? I mean, he's committed. I can respect that. Honestly, I can respect the commitment to his job. What we got next? Shrine Guardian Seth. My brother's name is Seth. But that being said, I love this guy. If you know the backstory, it's real tragic. But even ignoring that, he's just a chill guy. Is it weird that I find the flower conventionally attractive? I don't know what that was cooking with Nyleth's design, but I don't know. I love Nyleth's design. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not explaining Scarsinger Carmelita. You're a smart cookie. You can work it out. Pal Stag. The latest entry, and that is a wild animal. Enough said. Go the outcast. I'd consider it. It'd probably be no though. But you know what? There's Clover Dancers. I mean, that's just Dude Robot Yowie, except it's not Robot and one of them is dead. So, I feel bad. Lost place. Again, absolutely not, but it's really, I don't know. I feel like the void makes it even less. That might have to be a restraining order, actually. Because not only is that a child, but that is also like a voided child. And then summon savior. That's not alive, keep away from me. And that is everyone. Now if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for bearing with me for the past 20-ish minutes from this completely unscripted video. I had to restart the script 4 times. Otherwise, have a lovely rest of your day, night, afternoon, whatever time of day it might be. And I will catch you all in the next one.
Plug.